controls the language controls the narrative. Every language carries in it the essence of its cultural origins. Sanskrit, the language of our ancient texts, is a beautiful, well-developed, versatile language that holds the ethos of Bharat in its flow. It is capable of expressing the Bharatiya philosophy in ways that foreign languages cannot. When our texts are translated into foreign languages, a lot of the cultural connotations to the ideas are lost, and one is forced to accept ill-fitting substitutes. That is why the phrase lost in translation. This is a series of such commonly mistranslated words, their limitations, and the actual harm they cause in our narratives. Namaskar. Language, words, narratives. Here, as you can see, I am saying Hindus beware of the ism. Ism is a suffix, which means it's a set of alphabets that is added to the end of the word. And many a times, it can change the meaning. Before we go any further, let me tell you the definition of ism. What does the Oxford Dictionary say? It says ism creates a noun which is generally derogatory. It's an informal usage which says a distinctive practice, system, or philosophy typical of a political ideology or an artistic movement. The example given there is he loathed isms and any form of dogma. Notice, dogma is being used with isms in that example. It's the Merriam-Webster dictionary. What does this say? It defines isms as a suffix used to indicate a distinctive doctrine, cause, or theory, and also it says an oppressive and especially discriminatory attitude or belief. So it is obvious that whenever you come across ism in conjunction to any idea, the initial connotation is negative. While studying this, I found out that there are more than 2,000 words which end with ism in these dictionaries. There are about 25-30 words which are there in everyday usage. Let me enumerate some of them. Racism, plagiarism, heroism, sexism, feminism, spiritualism, existentialism, and so on. Narcissism. These are some of the examples. What I found out was that just as Oxford says and Merriam-Webster says, the connotation is negative, and over 70% of the words ending with ism are generally negative. As a teenager, I was a vociferous reader. Some of the passing thoughts that I still remember is, why is it Christianity, Islam, but Hinduism? And later on, Hinduism, Jainism, Sikhism, Buddhism. Why is it that all the religions that originated in India, Bharat, have that ism in the names? I have come across definitions, descriptions, and ideas that show me that one of the biggest losses of our education has been that it hasn't taught us critical thinking. We accept what is told to us. One of the debates in recent times has been about Hinduism and Hindutva. The fact that it was Hinduism Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism means that even when the word was coined, that showed a lower status compared to Christianity and Islam. And then, now in the recent debate of Hinduism and Hindutva, the rhetoric is that Hinduism is good and Hindutva is militant, which means Hinduism is already at a lower level compared to Christianity and Islam. Hindutva goes below. Are we doing ourselves any favor by simply accepting these terminologies? Did you know that the first written reference to Hindu in the commonly available literature is from the 700s, 7th and 8th century? That was a name given by the Islamic invaders to all non-Muslims living on this side of the Sindhu River. So that again tells us that Hindu is not a word that's a name we have given ourselves. It was a name given to us by our invaders, by the first set of barbaric invaders. Then came the second set of, you can't call them invaders, who came in the garb of traders. They added the ism to Hindu. Terrorism, plagiarism, Hinduism, Sikhism, narcissism. We have been clubbed with all that is negative. What it does is, it allows others to create a negative narrative. Should we simply accept it? I have no solutions. I have stopped using the word Hinduism once I came to know the negative connotation of the ism suffix. It's time to think, and I would like you to think. What would you rather be called? Would you prefer to be called by the name that you have had since the time of your birth? Or would you rather be called by a name assigned to you by someone else coming from outside, sometime after you came into existence? That too, a name that has a negative connotation. Think about it. I am not okay with accepting that, which is why I would rather call myself the follower of Sanatana Dharma or a plain, simple Hindu. And no, my faith cannot be called Hinduism. I would rather call it Hindutva, being a Hindu. Think about it. There are many such words that have come to us from outside, often imposed on us by ill-understood translations. But it's time we started thinking about them and reclaiming our own narrative. Namaskar.